Uh, I was thinking about something today, and I got a question. When it comes to the ex JWs, man, serious question. Have you ever thought about going back, going back to the hall, being reinstated? Have you ever thought about it? I don't know. For some reason today, I was thinking about my friends that I haven't seen in many years. Not the JWs, but the ex JWs, and I got a lot of them. But Jesus, hold on, it's hot as hell in here. A lot of them. Uh, a lot of the ex-JWs that I know, they're either doing time in prison or they're dead or they went back to the hall. And I just wondered, have you ever thought about going back? Which, let me tell you, true story, man. Uh, Long time ago, a while ago, I was in my like late 20s and I was in a bad relationship, dude. And I was in a toxic relationship with a toxic chick. But because I was disfellowshipped, you know how it goes. She's all I had, right? So I didn't want to leave because I was scared of being on my own. I was scared of being alone. I was scared of facing the world alone. So a lot of times when you're disfellowshipped, you can have these abandonment issues to where you try to hold on to things that you shouldn't. But she was just doing everything under the sun bad, just no stone unturned, right? Just bad. So right next to our apartment, there was a Kingdom Hall, like around the corner. And one day I said, you know what? F that. I'm going back, right? I'm going back, right? So this is what I did. I went into the Kingdom Hall and I hadn't been in one. I think then I was maybe 28, 29, and I hadn't been in one since I was 16. And I go in there. Of course, I don't have no suit or nothing like that because I don't dress like that. So I go in there, the earrings, shirt, the whole nine. Not even thinking, oh, I need to take this stuff out. Not even thinking that. Just going in and I wasn't gonna tell somebody, hey, I'm disfellowshipped, and I wasn't gonna do all of that. I just was gonna sit in the back and I was gonna listen, right? So I went to I think it was a Wednesday night. I just didn't want to go home. All right, so I went in there and I'm sitting in the back of the hall. And while I'm sitting there, there's a young guy up there. He has to be maybe 12, 13 years old guy. And he's trying to give his talk, at the podium. You know how they train you to use hand gestures and blah, blah, blah. He's trying to do his whole thing. And when I seen him doing it, it kind of struck me as funny. And I went, and when I did it, I caught myself. I'm like, oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. You better not start giggling up in here. You know how Jehovah's Witnesses are. They think you a demon. He's a demon back there. You know what I mean? So, like, but it struck me funny to watch him trying to use his hand gestures and trying to say the appropriate things and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just, whatever. Anyway, after the meeting was over, this is how desperate I was. I asked to speak to one of the elders, right? And I told one of the elders that I was interested in coming back, not thinking that I'm saying this while I got jeans on, Timberlands, earrings. I'm not even thinking that because my mind is just not there. And I'm telling him that I'm thinking about coming back. And he starts talking to me about my appearance, coming back to the meetings. And all of a sudden I went, oh, that's right. I don't really want to be here. I forgot how these people were, right? So I left and I never came back again. And the whole thing is that the reason that I wanted to go back was because things had gotten so hard in my life that I just had gotten desperate. So when it comes to my friends who are ex JWs that actually went back, I know why you went back. It's not for the love of Jehovah or for the love of Jehovah Witnesses or none of that. It's because it's hard out here, man. when you don't know anybody and you don't have any family and any resources and all of this stuff gets hard, man. I mean, really hard, like almost depression, borderline suicidal hard. So I know that's why they went back. All right. But here's the thing. You ever think about going back? Now, I don't judge the fact that they went back, and let me tell you why I don't judge it. I know how hard it is out here. Just trying to make money. Remember that you're trained to fail as a Jehovah's Witness. If you remember in the congregation, they talk against you having education. They talk against you being ambitious and driven. So anything that would make you independent or make you be able to stand on your own, they kind of talk against that. It's like a slave camp. It's like a plantation, right? So most people who get this fellowship, they come out here, they don't think I need to go to college. They don't think that. They don't think, oh, I need to go get certified in something. They don't think that. What they instantly do is start working. You know what I mean? And you start learning about life and learning about people because they didn't teach you anything. You know, the Jehovah's Witnesses, those aren't real people. Those are like robots pretending for a certain status or appearance. You know what I mean? Oh, you come out here and you start learning about people. You start learning about men and you start learning about women, and you really start getting the education, you know, from those school of hard knocks on people, right? And I don't judge people for going back because I know how hard it is out here. Now, let me tell you what I do judge them for. You went back, right? But if I happen to see you somewhere and I say, hey, what's up, man? And you act like you can't speak to me because you went back. Now I'm like, really, bro? Okay. You know what I mean? So it's like, I get it, but let me tell you about me. Yes, my life has been hard. Yes, it's been filled with pain and tears and all kinds of stuff. Sure, absolutely. But here's the deal. I'm made out of concrete. That means I would rather die in an alley somewhere before I go back. And let me tell you why. It's not because I'm so judgmental of anybody who goes back, but it's because I've been through so much, man. I've been through so much, going through homelessness and jail and prison and coming back and getting your life back up, starting your life over 3-4 times, understanding relationships. It's like to do all of that and to go through everything you've gone through just to go back where you started from. Man, please. I could see if going back, there would be like some guarantee of you having a better life, right? Let's say that you went back and now you've got a great job because somebody helped you get a great job, or maybe now because you have this, and I don't know if it would make life easier. But I have a problem with people who have a problem with me, you know? So it's like, I get my family back. Well, what'd you really gain? Now you have the ability to act fake as hell and plastic and be so holy that you serve no earthly purpose like everybody else. And I'm supposed to what? Introduce my children to this so when they get to be in their teenage years and they make mistakes, they can do the same thing to my children that they done to me, and then I'm supposed to honor what they did, and like, nah. But I just wondered if you ever thought about going back. Now, I don't judge because life out here is really, really hard. I don't judge none of it. But I wondered if you ever thought about going back. Because the truth is, life out here is so hard that I would have to honestly say, forgive me for how it sounds, but I would have to honestly say, some of you would do better going back. I'm just being for real. It's like you're not ready for how hard this is. You know what I mean? It's really difficult to have no support system, no nothing, not know anything about anything, not know anything about people, nothing, relationships, nothing, not know nothing about nothing, nothing about politics, nothing about finance, nothing about business, nothing about the streets, nothing, just don't know nothing and survive on your own. Well, if you think about it, that's the way the Jehovah's Witnesses set it up. So if they disfellowshipped you, there would be no other way than for you to have a really, really hard time. Now, the only way you could kind of counterbalance it is if you also had family members that were not Jehovah's Witnesses. Well, that was not the case for me. My entire family was Jehovah's Witnesses, from my grandmother to my mother, my aunts, my uncles, through to all of them. So I was really, really out here alone. Still am to this day. But I just wondered if you ever thought about going back. The reason that I said that for some of you it would be better to go back because you didn't really get your crash course in life. And there's a such thing as being, you know, a victim of pretty much everything out here because you haven't understood everything yet. I think one of the hardest things that could happen to a person is that you be disfellowshipped, let's say like in your 30s or 40s. And I have went all of that time not knowing anything and then thrown as a full-grown adult, post hitting the wall, a full-grown adult not knowing nothing about life. That's rough. Luckily, it happened to me when I was 16, so the majority of the growing up I did out here. I did in the streets. You know what I mean? The majority of my growing up was not with the Jehovah's Witnesses. The majority of my growing up was out here, you know. But I just wondered if you ever thought about going back. If you ever thought about going back, I would think, I know that you're not doing it for the love of the religion or the love of Jehovah or none of that. I know that you're doing it to alleviate some of these struggles, and I get it. And if you ever decide that you're going to go back, don't let nobody judge you. Love you anyway, bro. My friends that went back, love you anyway, bro. Love you. I understand, man. No judgment at all, bro. I suffered out here. You suffered out here. We suffered. You found a way to alleviate some of that suffering. Good for you, man. Good for you. And you in there faking the funk. I get it. I get it. Fake the funk. Maybe you can get a wife out of it. I don't know. You know how Jehovah's Witnesses have set themselves up where unambitious, broke dudes can actually get beautiful wives or whatever. Cool. Maybe you can get that for yourself. And if you do, I congratulate you. I congratulate you because it's hardcore out here. You got to be made of stone to be disfellowshipped and make it out here. You got to be made of stone. I'm just saying. That was a serious question. If you could comment and answer, please. Have you ever thought about going back? Did you ever attempt to go back? Did you ever try? Just let me know. I'm just wondering what you think. All right? Warner.